All right, story number three. Now, this is just funny to me. This is a funny series of stories. These two stories here we have together. Okay. And I think there's a theme. There's an unexpected theme that's taking place, right? A few weeks ago, a flight attendant for Alaska Airlines was fired from Alaska Airlines for twerking at work. She was twerking at work and she got fired. Now, she seems to be a really nice person. You know, it wasn't like an extreme twerk or anything. She wasn't like getting on flow, but she was at work dancing, celebrating before her shift started, and got fired. Got fired from Alaska Airlines. Well, this week, or late last week, she did an interview, and she's speaking for the first time. So let's take a look at this interview. You're going to see a little bit of what she got fired for as well.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
I didn't think that.
Twerking cost her dream job. Check this out.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
See, that's not even an extreme twerk. That's not even an extreme twerk. She ain't really getting it. That's a little light twerk. It's a little baby twerk.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
That was only like four. That was like 1, 2, 3. It wasn't even that much.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
I didn't think that, being so happy can turn into something like this.
Being so happy could turn into something like this. I don't know. I feel like this is the cognitive dissonance of a gaslighter, but let's continue.
Diallo was having a great time dancing and twerking in the aisle on an empty plane before an early morning flight.
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself hyped up for my day, basically.
She posted the video on TikTok along with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?"
See, social media be getting people in trouble. I get you celebrating. I get it, but she out here, what's wrong with a little twerk before work? I guess we found out the answer to that.
But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her. What did they say to you?
They just said that I broke their social media policy.
Nell had only been on the job for 6 months. She says she was twerking to celebrate the end of her probationary period. Why did you decide to post the video?
And I was really proud of myself that I came so far. I just didn't think that my video and my post and the way I was dancing would be deemed as inappropriate.
So how did you feel in that meeting when they told you you lost your job?
I put on such a proud face every time I stepped on that plane. And for them to terminate me without giving me a chance, it just was unfair.
Well, they gave her a chance, right? That's why it's probationary period. She got all the way to the end zone. She fumbled at the one. That's one of my favorite Hunte lines. Looking for some guidance, so I figured I prayed to God, and he said, "Tigger, low, I ain't gonna let you run it back this far, just so you could go and fumble on the one, nigga." Well, second applause to Hunte, right? Yeah, but that's what this is. She was on probationary period and was just about to cross the finish line and fumbled at the one. I'm not sure if she read the social media policy. Presumably that's possibly covered in the training program. I know that flight attendants go through extensive training. I'm surprised that this is news to her. But this is what happened right now. The thing about this is that she thinks she got fired for celebrating. The way she talked about this was she was fired for the way she was celebrating. That's not what she was fired for. She was fired for twerking at work and putting it on social media. Look at this comment right here. Alaskan Airlines flight attendant cries because she got fired for twerking on a plane and posting it on social media. She doesn't seem to understand why she was fired. And so, but she is an example of just not getting it. This is a professional workplace. You're representing Alaska Airlines. Now, if this was Virgin Airlines, no problem. Alaska actually bought Virgin. Flying Virgin was like flying in the club. They had the best put your seatbelt on music. They actually pioneered creative put your seatbelt music on. Come on and fly, get ready to fly, 'cause we living on up in the sky. Virgin America knows. That song was jamming. 1 second applause. That Virgin America song. I'll put a link to that in the description if you guys haven't seen it. Flying Virgin was like flying in the club. I'm sure they would not have a problem with a little twerk before work. Alaska Airlines, clearly it was a problem. Clearly it was a problem, right? So a lot of people are being very critical of her statement because she seemed to think it was her twerking. No, it's twerking at work and posting on social media. You're representing a company. You're doing too much. You're out here doing too much. Okay, that's what happened here, right? So this story was going viral, but it's not the only twerking story that got someone. I don't know if this next person's fired, but they're definitely under investigation. Okay, so this twerk happened, right? This is actually just a funny post I'm going to show here. This one says, twerking never stops. Oh, God. Oh, twerking never stops. That's just funny. Now, another story went viral over the past couple of days. There was a New York Police Department detective who was facing backlash for pole dancing and twerking in a rap video. Okay. Now, the video is called Doing That by Esquire. Okay, here's a clip. It's not very good at all.
Let's go. Shorty love the track, but she love the pole. Make that ass clap, make it drop and roll. Hop that for me, give me that rocky roll. She screaming, Poppy, go. I'm about to drop it low.
Okay, you see what we're dealing with here, right? So, Esquire's track, the woman in this video right here is a police officer. For the NYPD. Her name is Detective Melissa Mercado. Okay. Now, she out here doing too much, too. She is an NYPD police officer out here in an aggressively regular rap video, twerking. Okay. Now, here's what happened with this story. Shout out to TMZ Hip Hop. Shout out to Trent Clark. So they actually talked to Esquire and the producer or the director of the video. Here are the details on this. New NYPD detective under review after appearing as stripper in video, pulled from active cases. She got pulled from active cases. Now, she wasn't twerking at work, but she was twerking with a job, serving the general public. So here's the details. Detective Melissa Mercado, the NYPD detective who went viral for appearing as a stripper in a raunchy music video, has been taken off active S-crime cases pending the results of a police review. Law enforcement sources confirmed to TMZ Melissa, who is known as a good investigator, isn't catching active cases in the Special Victims Unit. She's SVU, which looks into alleged sex crimes while under review. We're told police officials have to determine if she submitted off-duty paperwork, documents every NYPD officer must file if they're working another job off the clock. Now, I think that generally means for security or something like that, or I don't want to say means, but I think the general assumption is that that's for security gigs or, maybe bodyguard protection, something like that. I'm not sure if they mean, music videos, rap videos. Perhaps it does. Perhaps, could it be for television and film too, right? So maybe she did put the paperwork in. As of now, it's unclear if Melissa violated any NYPD rules and regulations by appearing in the Doing That video in a bra and G-string. The New York Post was the first to report on the police review. So we don't know if she's done anything yet, but they've taken her off of active cases and they're reviewing to make sure she submitted paperwork. Now, this is actually pretty interesting. So Trent talked to Esquire and the director. So here's what they're saying about this.
I'm from Hempstead, Long Island.
Nice.
Hempstead, Long Island. And I first got my start when I did a record with Marvin Moore, Product J&B. He did the Maria record. Those guys from Hempstead, Long Island. Shoot a video. Everything was handled professionally. And I don't think anybody would know that that's something that somebody, their outside job, outside of their job, what they do. So I after after everything went down, and I'm watching all of this, and now I'm seeing a narrative change. Like, I have a family too. This lady has a family too, and I think that
the narrative change. What was the narrative before she was in the New York Post?
Tomato.
That's more important right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I love the fact that it went viral, but I don't want to be known as the guy that went viral because she was a police officer.
Why not? I don't think that this song, I mean, no offense to you, Esquire, I don't think this song is sticky enough for this to last longer than this story. This is actually a pretty good thing, all things considered. Doesn't sound like you broke any laws.
I think it's extremely unfortunate. I'm supposed to be doing a couple of shows, going on tour. I was supposed to, so like the narrative needs to change at this point.
I feel like this would help the shows, or at least help them get some more shows. Especially if you could bring Officer Mikado on tour.
Not to take anything away from you, but as soon as the video came back, everyone loved this model. Like she was getting
young woman.
Yeah, they loved her anyway. She was getting viewership from that video anyway.
So this is, I think he's the director. I think he explains himself here in a second. But he said, not to take anything away from you, but yeah, she's the star of the video. She was the star of the video. She was the star of the video. I don't think that song was the reason why this went viral. Okay, it's the model in the video.
It just got a little out of hand, but I think she was one of the stars. I've had tons of artists reach out trying to get her in their videos. So I don't know if you look at it like that, I think it might be a great thing for her. I mean, I think she wins. It kind of flipped on us. Usually in a video, you won't see the main model like throughout the whole video like you did. So that was kind of like a shift for us. And, just putting it together, we actually got her from a casting agent, and we were, none of us were aware of her side profession or what her main profession was, but she actually was really dope to work with. And, she gave it her all.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a casting director. I mean, again, she might have submitted the paperwork. This could be a big nothing burger. But she was definitely a star of that video, though.
So we thought it was a great shoot. Like, it just flipped on us a couple of days ago.
$20,000 of my own money to shoot that video, and you pray for stuff like this, but not like this,
The on-screen chemistry that we saw between you guys was just a professional shoot.
Just a professional shoot. I was very professional. I didn't touch her in any appropriate ways, at all. If you can really, if you go through the video and you watch those scenes, because I'm a professional. Bottom line, I don't care who's on set when I'm shooting videos. It's not the first woman I've worked with, as far as like, getting people cast inside my videos. So you have to respect women. So, people picking apart my lyrics at this point, sliding up and down the pole. That people need to know that this video did 1 million views before it broke the press. On my own. Nobody knows that.
Okay, so the video's at 2 million views now. Okay, he said 1 million on its own. All right, 1 million on its own. Now, again, I don't think it's the quality of this video that went viral. I don't even think it's the model, truthfully. I mean, this video premiered on WorldStar. It premiered on WorldStar. WorldStar has 27 million subscribers. This is why people paid to put their videos on WorldStar. So I hear what he's saying. I'm not trying to poke holes in it. I'm adding additional clarity to what he's talking about.
Now it was a viral video because of this, the attention it got because of what happened. No, I'm making it known now. That was at 1.1 million on its own through my promotions and spending money on advertising that record.
And putting it on WorldStar. And putting the video on WorldStar.
Now, when it broke, the news broke, now it's past 1.1 million. So I'm seeing, because it was a viral video, no, it was already viral because I was investing in my career. So let's make that clear.
Now watch Homeboy come up next. Watch what he says.
Love that.
100%. Let's make that clear.
27 million subscribers, right? So a lot of our videos, hit that reaction. But
27 million subscribers, a lot of our videos hit that reaction. 1 second applause.
Obviously, this is a little different. Like we hit a lot of news articles and a lot of Instagram pages.
And I will say this, the next...
Right, and that's the difference. And that's the real virality of it. More so than just going viral on the World Star platform. More so than just going viral with it, even hip-hop. This is in TMZ. This is the New York Post now. This is a broader story that's really about the model. And really about the model who put her job in jeopardy to be in this music video. Now, I understand having a side hustle. I also think that, if you're an actor, if you're a model, you're doing those kinds of things on the side. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that at all. We just had 2 of these this week. Now, big shout out to my man, Wayno. 1 second applause for Wayno. Wayno talked about this. Here's Wayno's reaction to this story. I thought this was funny. So here's Wayno.
This should serve as a lesson to everybody, man. A lesson to everybody. Stop doing too much. You got a career. You got it. You know what I mean? You got a job. I mean, I don't know how dependent your job is. I never worked in law enforcement, but you got a job, like a real career right now where times is hard. You see all the shit that's getting cut, all these, Trump is talking about cutting all types of federal funding for all types of states. If you ain't agreeing with this, he cutting your funding. Elon Musk is on bullshit time as well. And you out here shaking your ass for no cash when you getting bread at your job. She is a bozo. She is a bona fide bozo. You feel me? And she should feel ashamed and stupid for doing something like this. You feel me? You really should. Because why, at the point where you doing everything that you doing, why do you want to be a video vixen for Esquire? Who is this nigga? Who is this nigga? Esquire, like, come on. And the song is trash. Like, let's keep it a band. We would possibly not overlook it because it would have been the same thing regardless. But if this was a Rob 49 video, happy birthday to my bro Rob 49. If this was a Rob 49 video, people would feel differently. You rapping for some nigga named Esquire in an empty ass club that y'all renting on a Sunday afternoon for $150 an hour. Now you might lose your $250 or $300 an hour because of this bullshit. This is how I do it myself, y'all.
1 second applause to Wayno. Let me know what you think about all of this. This is 2 examples of people twerking and putting their jobs in jeopardy. Do you agree with Wayno? Is she a bozo? Or is this just someone who's trying to make her dreams come true? Yeah, 2 things can be true at one time. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow the company man on everything. Follow the Justin Hunt podcast, the Justin Hunt podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.